Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's question. Today, we are going to be solving West Africa Senior School Certificate Examination, May June 2025, Paper 1. We are going to be solving question 2. That's objective question 2. The question reads: a square has diagonal length of 10 centimeters. Find the perimeter of the square. Option A, 10 root 2 centimeters. Option B, 15 root 2 centimeters. Option C, 20 root 2 centimeters. Option D, 25 root 2 centimeters. All right, let's begin. For us to be able to solve and understand this very well, we need a sketch of the square. Remember that a square is any plane shape or polygon that has four sides equal. Four equal sides. So we are making a sketch. This may not be equal, but because it's a sketch, we will accept it. Let's call here A, call here B, here C, and here D. Now, if this is a square, it means that this length, and this length are all equal. So if they are equal, let's use L to represent all the lengths. Now, this is a diagonal, a line drawn from one edge to the other opposite edge is a diagonal. We have been told that the diagonal is 10 centimeters. Now, if you look at what I've drawn, with this diagonal splits this square into two parts. We have a triangle upwards this way, triangle DAB, and we have triangle BDC or BCD, triangle BCD. This is a right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle. Let me just bring out one of them so that you understand what I am showing you properly. This is B, this is C, this is D. Remember that this L is the full length of the square. This is also the full length of the square. This is the diagonal. That's this place. That's 10 cm. Now you see that a right angle triangle is formed. Now for us to be able to solve this, we'll use Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem states that hypotenuse squared is equal to opposite squared plus adjacent squared. All right, let's move on. The hypotenuse in this case is 10. So we have 10 squared is equal to opposite is L. L squared plus adjacent is L squared. 10 squared implies 10 times 10, which is 100. Is equal to L squared plus L squared is 2L squared. Now this is the same thing as saying 2L squared is equal to 100. If we divide both sides by the coefficient of L squared, we'll have here divide by 2. Here divide by 2. The coefficient of L squared is 2. I'm using 2 to divide so that only L squared will stand on its own. This can cancel this. So we are left with L squared is equal to 100 divided by 2 is 50. Remember I told you that if square moves to the other side of the equation, it changes to what? Square root. So in this case, L will now be equal to square root of 50. The same way, if square root moves to the other side of an equation, it becomes what? Square. In other words, you use square root to key square. So I took the square root of both sides. That's why I have L equal to square root of 50. This is same thing as saying L is equal to square root of 25 times 2. 25 times 2, of course, is 50. L is equal to square root of 25 times square root of 2. Now, we have that L is equal to the square root of 25 is 5 times the square root of 2. L is equal to 5 times square root of 2 is 5 root 2 in centimeters. The reason I'm leaving my answer in this form is because the options are all in short form. Now this is the length of the square. Remember that the perimeter of square is equal to the distance, the sum of all the lengths. In this case, a square has 4 sides. This length plus this length plus this length plus this length will give you the perimeter. That's L plus L plus L plus L. L plus L plus L plus L, which is 4L. So the perimeter of a square is 4L, and that will give us 4 times L. L is the length, which we have calculated here, and that is 5 root 2. So we have 4 times 5 root 2, and that will give us 20 root 2 in centimeters. That is the perimeter of the square, and that makes option C correct. That is one way to solve this. In our next video, I will show you another way to solve this. Thank you very much, and do have a nice day.